Welcome, pal.
Hey,
Welcome, John.
John.
Welcome to
How
my
are you?
channel, mate. Hey, now then,
Yeah.
how long you been detecting now?
Oh man, it's probably been 12 years now, 11 or 12 years now. But
Yeah. What made you get into it?
so, man, probably about when I was I think I was about 5 years old. Me and my buddy went to the beach, and my mom had bought me a metal detector, and she sat down on the beach and was throwing coins out on the beach when I wasn't looking. She said, "Go look over there," and we would go out, and I would go and I would find the coins, and by the end of the day, I probably had $5 worth in change. And every time we would go to the beach, she would throw coins out, and eventually, I started finding rings and jewelry with those coins. Um, and then, as the years progressed, I got better metal detectors, and I started finding older stuff, and that's how I got into it. It
Yeah.
just kind of
What was
something
the
that
first
merged.
machine then? What was the
My
first
first,
machine?
oh man, my first machine, I think they bought it at Dick's Sporting Goods, and it was like a little $25 bounty hunter machine. It was like a
Oh,
bounty
yeah,
hunter
right.
junior, and all it
Yeah,
had was a
yeah.
on and off switch. And yeah, I mean,
They're
yeah.
quite heavy them. And so,
Oh,
what
yeah.
machines have you had since then?
So after that, I think I was 7 years old, and my parents bought me the Garrett Ace 150.
Oh,
And then I started watching YouTube videos. I swung the 150 for 6 years, and then I got the Garrett AT Pro. And I swung the AT Pro for 3 years, and then I got two AT Maxes as backup machines. And then since then, I've gotten rid of those, so I swing a different machine now.
and what do you use now then?
So right now, I'm swinging the XP 2. I've
Oh,
got the
cracking piece of kit.
Oh yeah, I've got the 11-inch coil on
Hey.
this one, and I've got two Deoses, so that's the 11-inch coil. This one I've got the 9-inch coil on this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but they've been great machines to me so far, and I love them.
Yeah, yeah, the Days 2 is a really good all round machine. No
It's a
doubt about
great
it.
lightweight machine.
Well
Yes,
built.
sir. Uh
Very,
huh.
very good is that. So what kind of history is where you are then that you're finding?
So I'm originally from the capital of North Carolina, Raleigh, and there's not much history around there other than Civil War. But recently I moved to eastern part of North Carolina, and as you know, the whole east coast of the United States is where the colonists were coming from England, and this is where they settled. So we have a lot of 1600s, 1700s
Oh,
finds from England out here.
nice.
So I find a lot more colonial stuff out here from the Pilgrim times and from the early settlers of
Oh,
England out here. So
right.
yeah.
And so what have you what kind of things have you been finding then?
So since I moved to Eastern North Carolina, I've been finding a lot more colonial coppers, a lot of the flat buttons. We'll find Spanish coins, Spanish cut reals.
Oh, nice.
I just dug a cob like 2 or 3 days ago, which is a Spanish coin. But
Nice.
yeah, just a lot of colonial stuff: shoe buckles, hat buckles,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
rings,
Yeah,
and
we find
loads.
stuff like that. Yeah, we
Yeah,
find that like over here. Yeah. Oh, well done.
yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
great. So what's your most sort of interesting finds? What?
In this case, I've got a few coppers. The three on the top are large cents, were the first U.S. Or one of the first U.S. coins. They were the 1 penny. That was when America went from the King George's to their own currency.
Oh, okay.
They're from early 19th century.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's interesting.
the bottoms are KG2s. I think one of them's got a readable date 1740. And then in the middle, those are two cut reals that I found. And then the bottom is a 3 cent dime, which is the smallest U.S. coin ever made.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah. I've
rare.
heard all about these. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting, mate. I've
Yeah.
not.
Cases and cases of buttons. I
All
mean, these
right,
are
yeah,
all
yeah. 17th century.
these are American
Oh,
Civil War bullets. I've got
yes, 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 yes.
hundreds, if not thousands of them.
Ah,
Do you really? Yeah,
yeah,
they're made out of lead. And
yeah, I
obviously you've
know.
seen the musket balls too. The
Yeah, well,
real.
we find the musky balls. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's old, is that? Yeah.
Yeah. But here's something that I found earlier this year. This is a Civil War U.S.
Oh,
belt buckle. You don't see these
nice.
in England, obviously, but
Yeah, that, hey,
this is
that's
the
nice.
first one for
Respected.
me that I
And
found
there's
earlier this
initials on
year.
there. Is it JS? What is it? What's the initial?
U.S.
US.
U.S.
Ah, yes, it's just missing is the U. Yes, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. I dug that
Oh,
one, and then right next to it, I found this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's a sword buckle from the Civil War, and I have
Oh,
both
that's nice.
the keeper and the buckle with it. There you go.
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, that is that.
You
So is
see
that
there's
the Eagle? That is that USA legal? Then
yeah.
Eagle, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice, that man.
Yeah. Dug this earlier this year. This is
Oh,
a
cannonball.
cannonball, solid
Oh,
shot, 3-pounder cannonball. Case
wow.
shot from the American Civil War as well. England. But for those American viewers,
Oh,
arrowhead.
yes. We don't find a lot, but they are here. Yes, it's very good. Yeah, you have a lot of native
A lot of Native American
Indian
activity.
yeah artifacts, and which is actually superb. You can talk about that if you want. What? How old would you say they are then?
How? Oh man, it kind of depends on the type, and I know you've seen different types with different notches, and they look different. They can date anywhere between 500 years to 8, 9, 10,000 years old.
Wow. And I've noticed that the different colors. What's the difference between the different colors?
So out in North Carolina, the material that the natives would make the stone out of is rhyolite, but they also have quartz arrowhead material right here. See if I can get some right on it.
Yes. Yeah, lovely. Oh, that's
It's a nice black material.
yes.
This is called rhyolite, and that's what they make arrowheads out of here. The other stone they make it out of is obviously the white quartz.
White quartz. It's an education, honestly, because we don't find a lot of them.
But I found a lot of these around Raleigh. So in Raleigh, there's a lot of Native American history, and there is out here too.
Oh,
A
wow.
whole jar, and I've got jars full of these, but this is all Indian pottery. I mean, it could be as old as the arrowheads, you know.
That's very very interesting, isn't it? You know.
Yep.
John. Hi, Ash, you all right, mate? And we've got Tidy Treasure Hunter. Hiya, you all right? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Go ahead. You're all right.
All right. So I found this about 2 years ago up in Virginia, and for those who know their Civil War relic,
wow, now that's a find.
This is a Confederate Bowie knife that I found up in Virginia.
Nice. Oh, honestly, mate, no, that's a nice find.
Yep.
Oh, we'd like that over here as well, you know, on Hollywood. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, that's from the Civil War, and then of course I've got other buttons and Civil War buckles.
Do you have anything in silver?
Especially these big silver coins.
Yes.
Or these Walking Liberty $50. I mean, they're not terribly old, and I don't find a lot of silver personally.
Fine. It's silver. It's silver, mate.
You find a lot of these Walking Liberty halves.
And what's the date of that, John? What's the date?
1941. So World War II.
World War II. Still nice to find, mate. It's still that's all right.
And in terms of gold, I don't find a lot of gold either. I did dig this wedding band
that's still okay.
last week, but it's still gold, you know.
It's still gold. Has it got any hallmarks inside, John?
It's got 10K on it. So 10K.
That's about it. That's modern then. Because generally, if it was English, it would have all sorts of different hallmarks, and you would be able to get the year, you know.
Oh, we
have what we call hallmarks inside with all different who made it, what year, and where it got stamped. So we have a lot of information on our gold.
But I dug this. You were asking about silver.
Yes.
This is a Spanish real. I don't know if it'll focus in on it, but this is
get in front of the camera if you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get it to focus behind it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if it'll focus. But
I think that is a good idea for back of your hand, like that. If you can put it like that.
I'm trying to see if I could get
and in front of the light. I think that's the way you're going to do it.
Yeah. See if I don't know if I'll be able to get
tilt it up against the light or to your light. Yeah, you still can't. Yeah, whoa, just about see something.
Right. Yeah, you might be able to see it, but
something. Yeah. So anyway, that's a small quarter of a real. Oh, blimey.
Yep, okay. And they were. This is a cut 2 real, which is a Spanish coin.
Yes.
And that obviously they would cut them in. You've seen cut coins before.
Yeah, well, we had them in the medieval period. You know, that's what they used to cut the coins to give change. Yes.
Yep. Now where's the other one? Oh, here it is. I dug this one 3 days ago now, right before or day before Thanksgiving.
All right.
This is older than the reals. It's also a Spanish coin. It is a Spanish cob, which is more of like a pirate coin. I don't know if you'll be able. I'm trying to tilt
No,
it.
try to get it over. Yes, oh, nearly got it there. Bring it over to the light and face it to the light.
You can kind of
close
it. It looks almost like hammered silver.
Yeah, put it further. Go up with it towards. Nice. It's not going to get this, are we?
Yeah.
Have to get some better cameras here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a cob silver then.
Those who live in America, they know what cobs are. They're really hard to find. You can pretty much only find them on the coast. They find them a lot in Florida because they were Spanish coins. Anywhere there were pirates, you find cobs.
Yeah. Are you close? Are you close to a beach then?
I'm not close to the beach. I'm like more inland, so I'm probably an hour or so from the beach, but I still live on the water. So, if
an hour, well, I mean, I'm 10 minutes away from the beach, so I call that class.
So it's faster to get to the beach. It's faster to get to the beach by boat than it is by land. So if I took a boat to the beach, I would get to the beach in like 30 minutes versus if I took the car, it'd be 2 hours. So.
Oh, that's great. And and do you sort of record your when you go out? Do you have a GoPro or camcorder and record your stuff?
I'm gonna start doing probably TikTok lives here soon. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. My tag is claim the past, claim, and all between the words it's underscore. And
well,
so I'm gonna start
on TikTok. I'm on TikTok, so
you're on TikTok too. All right, cool. So if you look for me on TikTok, and I'll follow you on TikTok. But I'm gonna start doing live streams of my videos. But right now, all I'm posting is highlight finds of some of my, what I've been finding, just kind of the highlights of my hunt.
That's brilliant. What interesting stories then has happened to you while detecting?
Oh man, I've got a few. So there was one time I was detecting right in downtown Raleigh, and I got permission to a great 3-story big Victorian house, and it was abandoned, and there was nobody living in there, or so I thought. And my friend was driving down the street, and I didn't know he was coming, but he just happened to be driving down the street, and he stopped and saw me metal detecting. He jumped out, and we both started metal detecting together because he just happened to be passing by. And about 10 minutes later, we heard a knock on the window, and we both looked up, and we didn't see anybody in the window. About 2 minutes later, we hear another knock on the window, and we look back up at the window. Nobody's there. All of a sudden, we hear somebody start laughing on the inside, like they're playing a joke on us. And we start looking through the windows of the house, and we don't see anybody. And so we're thinking that it was, we call it a ghost or whatever. But speaking of ghosts, that kind of reminds me of this story. This is my last story. I was detecting with my friend last weekend, and we were metal detecting a Revolutionary War camp, or we were looking for it. We didn't know where it was, right? And we messed around with the ghost stuff, and she has a little ghost thing on her phone. And I just added, kind of in a joking manner, I said, why don't you ask the ghosts where we can go and find the relics? And she's like, okay. So she pulls out her phone and says, hey, where should we go to find the relics? And it says, keep walking. And we both stop and we look at each other, and it's like, wait, what? And I didn't think it actually worked. And so obviously we kept walking, and she's swinging her metal detector, and all of a sudden the voice that comes through the phone says stop. And when it says stop, she gets a signal, and she digs down and finds a horseshoe. So we and it's our lucky horseshoe now, but that's kind of the story behind.
Well, it's nice when they can give you some information and help you.
But I don't find a lot of gold in general. I don't hunt beaches, so I don't find a lot of gold. It's just kind of whenever I come across it,
Now, what we can do, we can finish off with another story if you want, or we can do it another day.
I'll tell you what, I have a really good story, but we'll save it for next time. How about that?
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Want to do that?
Yeah, we'll do that. That's been brilliant.
We'll
It's very
save it for next time then.
seeing a young detectorist find some brilliant artifacts and got a cracking bit of kit there, detector. It's been a pleasure meeting you, mate. It really
John,
has.
you too, and thanks for having me on, and I really
No
enjoyed
problem. I'm hoping we're going to have an update.
Yes, sir.
And we'll arrange another update with some interesting finds and talk a bit more about the history, because it's all about history and the finds and the stories that goes with them, as you know. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I will say bye for now, and we will catch you another time.
Bye, John. Thank you. I had a great time. Take care, brother.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Well, that was absolutely superb there. Watching and listening to a young detectorist, eager as mustard, finding the history and doing his research, and got a top machine there for detecting. That was a great interview. Pleasure meeting this young lad. Reminds me when I was young, but wish I'd started a lot young like he was. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and please, if you would, subscribe to the channel. And next week we have another guest on our show to talk about his area of history. I hope you join us on that. Thanks for joining me. You take care. Cheers.